Hey, Crunchy Life! Hope everyone's having just a great holiday right now. I am. Flagstaff finally got our winter! Yay! We have been having, mind you, I'm at like 8,000 feet up in the air. We've been having like 60-degree weather up until 2 days ago. But man, we are in like storm central for the next week. We already got a foot of snow. It has not let up. So winter's here. I got the holiday tunes on. Chai tea lattes galore. Anyways, but enough about that. This week I wanted to talk to you guys about free play and why free play is so important. And yes, it is very important. And maybe you haven't heard about free play or you don't know exactly what I'm referring to when I say that. Free play is when you basically let your kids play freely. Simple enough, right? You can say hello, Zeta. She's over here. Yeah, so free play is a term, it's when you don't restrict your kids' playtime, you know, if it's allowing them to explore. I can give you some examples. I'll start off first with what I do with Zeta and free playing with an infant. With her, I'll let her explore whatever it is that she wants to, so long as that it's not dangerous, so long as it's not going to actually harm her. I let her chew on my phone, so long as it's clean. When I'm feeding her, I notice that she always tries to grab the spoon, and she always tries to get her fingers in the jar. And so what I'll do is I'll give her a spoon, a separate spoon from the one I'm using to feed her, and I'll tap out some of her baby food onto her tray so that she can swirl it around in her fingers, you know. She likes to tug on cords, she likes to, basically, and I think as an infant, that's so important. It's important all the time, but as an infant, it's really so important because, she's getting to know the world right now. She's a blank slate, and so, this is the way I like to think about it, is I can pretty much look around the room, and I know what everything tastes like. It's like, if I were to go and lick my couch, even though I'm not going to, I can imagine what that would taste like and what that would feel like on my tongue, glass, stuff like that. That's not something you're just born with knowing. That comes from exploring, excuse me. So, it really is important, and it allows them to, just all kids in general, it allows them to really make good decision-making skills. It'll give them confidence. It allows them to really strengthen that, I'm at brain dead right here. It allows them to really develop the tendency, I guess, the skill of wanting to do something and then following through with that action to completion, to doing things. It gives them, like I said, confidence. There's, I'm going to leave a link to an article down below you guys should really check out. I really like what it has to say there. And the author is talking about, goes into some details about what playtime really is for children, and they talk about the different kinds of playing that children like to do. She mentions that the kids are daring. They have what's called like a thrill. They like to have thrilling playtime, They like to climb up trees and like to jump off of stuff, and they like to run really fast or ride their bikes really fast. But she makes the point that it is always, it's working with fear within their own limits, The kids might start small, jump off something small, a step or something, and then slowly build up, until they find their own limit. And that's the psychology behind that is that, you let them do these dangerous acts because, one, they're testing their own limits, and they're learning how to work with fear and how to overcome fear and how to overcome the, the physical fears that go along with having a body, which I think is great. And she also, I say she, I don't know if the article author is a she or not, but I say she for some reason. But the author also goes in to talk about like make-believe playtime and how it is natural and very common for kids to play fight, to play orphan, to play kind of negative scenarios, just like they play positive ones like house and whatever, you know, doctor, stuff like that. She's got a hand. And what she says about that is that is them, same kind of thing, that is them working out skills and how to handle these negative situations. And that it's super important, and I think it's the same article. I'll check. If not, I'll leave a link for the other. I'll find the other. I think it is the same article. Whatever. The experiment that they did was with monkeys, in which they did 2 groups of monkeys, baby monkeys. One they kept with only adult monkeys, and the other ones they got to interact with other baby monkeys. Now, adult monkeys don't play. They don't play with the babies. So a baby that's left with an only adult in an only adult environment never ends up playing. And the results of this were really interesting. They later set up a situation in which would be a normal situation that an ape would feel stress in. It would feel maybe scared in. And the monkeys that were play deprived were crippled, not physically crippled, but emotionally crippled and unable to cope with this feeling of fear, whereas the monkeys that had plenty of playtime in their childhood, they were at first, scared and freaked out, but then they, analyzed the situation, found there was no real danger, and weren't as scared. So the thought being that, and I think that there's evidence, I know that there's evidence that this also plays out in human beings. I mean, children need to play to develop decision-making skills, to be able to determine what is fun time and what is not, and what is scary time, and what, you know what I mean? And I think I'm going to end this with a quote. It's a Mr. Rogers quote, which is that playtime is the work of childhood. It really is. That is not something that we should look at as time separate from the serious business learning time. Learning time and playtime and serious time and playtime and everything is playtime, or that's how it should be, because that is how the child's brain learns. So that's what I got for you guys this week. I believe we are going on a break until for the next 4 weeks. We all kind of got to regroup, come together, get our, winter stuff together. We just have a lot of things going on in the group. And we're coming back with a new set schedule. It's going to be a little bit more reliable. We're going to have set days so that you guys know when to tune in and what to expect from us. So, again, happy holidays. I hope everyone has a great holiday and a great new year, and we'll see you guys soon.